The South Korean leader's first ever summit with leaders of the Pacific Islands, as well as his back-to-back bilateral meetings, carry significance in that the nation is expanding its role in the Indo-Pacific, according to experts. Our presidential correspondent, Oh Sooyoung, files this report.
South Korea is stepping up as a stabilizing force for peace and development, establishing stronger relations with Pacific Island countries amid compounding threats to a free and rules-based order in the region. Alongside Seoul's first ever multilateral summit with all 18 leaders of the Pacific Island foreign nations, President Yoon Suk Yeol held separate meetings with 10 heads of government. Their talks focused on climate, healthcare, infrastructure and development assistance as key areas of cooperation, as extreme climate events threaten the health of Pacific Islanders and their economic and social development. Yoon's engagement with the islands is in line with this Indo-Pacific strategy.
I think it reflects the more values-based agenda that the Yoon administration is trying to pursue to preserve a free and open regional order, and such as hosting the Summit for Democracy this year, and now with the Pacific Islands leaders visiting Korea for the first time. It's to show that Korea can step up and play a more active role in providing regional public goods.
Preserving a free and liberal order in the region and protecting maritime routes is vital to Seoul's national and economic security interests as it seeks multilateral efforts to deter a nuclear North Korea and bolster trade relations as a heavily export-dependent nation. This calls for more expansive partnerships.
The Pacific Island nations are obviously very strategically important, both geographically and in the context of their representation in the United Nations. I think it's very important that the Western allies combine to help these island nations. And I think sometimes that it's a little bit risky for those island nations to be seen as being too dependent on aid from the United States.
With the US and China vying for influence over Indo-Pacific countries, South Korea is being welcomed as a balanced partner to the islands and other neighbors in the region.
Middle powers have limited resources. And if you have limited resources, the more you do, the less effectively you do each item. And the Pacific region has always come last in South Korea's diplomatic efforts. I'm hoping what we're seeing here is the first step in bringing the Pacific region up to a higher level in Korea's diplomacy.
But leveraging its engagement for middle power diplomacy will take long-term and consistent effort as Seoul itself continues to juggle with the ever-changing and ever-complex dynamics of geopolitics. Oh Sooyoung, Arirang News.